Hi, Andy. I'm Kathryn with Netsuite. How are
Hey,
you doing
Kathryn.
this afternoon?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Here's my business card for later
Thank
on
you.
if you need any of my contact information. Well, I know you only have about 20 minutes today, so I want to go ahead and get this started. Just a little bit of background about Netsuite and me. I've worked for them for a year now, and my focus is on small and medium-sized businesses like
Okay.
yours. And I really just work with y'all to make sure that you get the most out of NetSuite if you do end up purchasing it. We are a cloud-based business software, and we work with more than 30,000 organizations now. So we
Wow.
definitely have a lot of data that we can use to help your company. And throughout this meeting, I just want to ask you some questions just to kind of get a feel for your business and share some things that I've kind of thought of based on some research.
Okay.
And are you okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then I'd also like to show you some benefits of NetSuite at the end of this,
Sure.
and kind of walk you through the website and show you some things that you can look at once we're done today.
Okay.
Are you okay with if I take notes today?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So what are some of your goals for Two Sisters, a Brother, and a Truck in the next coming year?
Well, I mean, I guess besides kind of maintaining our customer service standard, which I don't know if you've checked our website, but that's a big deal to us.
I did notice that.
I guess some of our goals would, involve kind of improving vertical communication between all employees, and just really allocating our resources more efficiently to maximize our revenues.
Okay. Okay. And do y'all have a management system that you use now?
No, we don't have anything like NetSuite. It's basically just me and the 4 other managers, and then an Excel document.
Okay, so
That's-
that's kind of how you kind of keep up with any data that you get from your employees.
Yeah, that would be the extent of it.
Okay. Okay. And how do your movers and other employees input data about their clients and moves that they've just done?
They really don't. We really have no way of doing that right now. Basically, it's just a matter of me calling and talking to our movers, or one of the other managers calling and talking to
Okay.
our lower level employees, and just kind of that is really our only way of getting data.
Okay. So y'all are really busy. Y'all are talking to your clients all the time as well as your employees all
Very
the time.
busy on the phone 24/7.
Okay. Well, that kind of brings up what aspect of your current operations are giving you the most trouble right now?
I guess we are a moving company, so a lot of our employees are on the road very often, and when they are, we don't have access to any of their feedback or data that they get from customers until they return to the office, which is hardly ever.
Okay.
It's just difficult being able to communicate with them when they're on the road.
Okay. And has that led to any issues with the validity of the information that you get from your movers?
Yeah, I would say huge issues. Information we get back from customers and drivers has proven to be very unreliable. So for that reason, we don't place any weight on that information.
Okay.
And then we're really not able to use any previous data or information we get from previous jobs and moves, and that cannot benefit us in future operations.
So y'all just kind of use, all right, we got this today, we have a new client, we just go on
Yeah.
like that. You don't kind of look back into the past to see if you can.
Unfortunately,
anything.
yeah, not as
Okay.
often as we'd like.
How do you remotely function as a cohesive enterprise?
Like I said, it's really just a matter of me calling my employees and the other managers calling employees. It's a very direct and personal approach. And other than that, I guess just email. So it's really difficult to operate cohesively.
Okay, so say you had an efficient way of keeping track of this, could you improve your ability to communicate with the different roles in your company?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the only way we can communicate with people is by calling. It takes a ton of effort for me to communicate with my employees in that way, no matter the level of their employment or their role. I often feel misinformed with what is going on, and it's really difficult to try and recognize possible inefficiencies.
Okay, so as head of the company, are you able to easily access and oversee all of these facets, or are you really having to be hands-on and in there with your employees?
It's totally hands-on.
Okay.
There's really no easy way for me to oversee everything. I have a difficult
So it sounds like you're definitely having to spend a lot of your time seeking out information. And due to that, how much time do you think this has taken away from your focus on potential clients and the quality of your services to all of your customers?
It takes away a ton of time. It's really proven to be a huge burden on our quality of customer service, which is something we pride ourselves in. I spend way too much time investigating different areas of our business to try to find and pinpoint, our inefficiencies and what is lacking.
Okay. How much does the lack of a company-wide all-access management program reduce the accuracy of your information that you receive from your employees?
Like I said earlier, I really can't trust anything that I get from my employees and the information that they relay to me. A lot of times it's delayed because we don't have a way of communicating when they're out of the office, and it's very skewed. And because of that, I have to spend a lot of my time focusing on that, where I'd like to be spending it on our customer relations.
Right. And what effect does not having an all-access kind of mobile platform have on your company organization and output?
It has a big effect. Employees on the road have no access to our current management system, even though it's really nothing. There's just really no way to mobily access, what's going on within the company beyond the tasks that they have at hand.
Okay. Well, how much additional information could you receive about day-to-day operations or moves outside of your immediate area with a convenient mobile access available for all your employees?
I think a lot more information. I think like a convenient access or mobile device accessibility would really increase the accuracy of our information coming from the movers if they're able to kind of input real-time data into the company-wide database. If we had that type of information, it would really open up some opportunities. We could use that to improve our future operations and forecast, which is something we've really never been able to do.
Okay. And how would a 360 view of all your operations improve your business and your ability to do other things within your business?
It would certainly help me and the other managers. It would make it a whole lot easier to manage and keep track of all the company operations, including financials and just day-to-day back office operations, and especially analyzing costs and revenues. We really have no way of doing that right now.
Okay.
It would take a lot of time and effort to do it without having some sort of program. And if we did have something that did that, we would be able to focus more on what's ultimately more or the most important for our company, which is our customer service and our customer relations.
Right. Okay, well, I just want to kind of go through and show you some of the Netsuite website.
All right.
Here is the overall home website. This is not with us logged in or anything. Okay, so here we go. So if you want to go on this, maybe after we meet and spend some time looking through everything, feel free to. These are our different products that we offer. Here is a tab of different customers that we serve now. So you could go to an industry that is very similar to yours and look at different things that they have said about NetSuite, who they left to come to NetSuite, and other things. Also, once you log into NetSuite, each employee within the different areas of your business would have their own login. They would be able to input data wherever they are. If your movers are in Florida or some other state nowhere near y'all's home base, they would be able to input all that data. They also would have access to look up different information about clients that y'all have. And then you as CEO, and you can make it where your other 5 managers as well, would have a 360 view of everything that's going on in your business.
Okay.
So if you wanted to look at your different mover management or your expenses or see what notes you put in about a certain client that maybe you want to call them sometime soon, you would have access to that.
Okay.
And based on what we've discussed today, it kind of sounds like y'all need something like this sort. So
yeah.
What do you think about NetSuite as a whole?
I like everything you've had to say. It's really kind of opened up different ideas for opportunity for me. It's most of the stuff you've talked about is it's kind of stuff we haven't really tried. We haven't found a solution to.
Right.
And Netsuite seems like that it could be a possibility there. What I'd want to do is have you sit down with the rest of my management team,
Okay.
the other four managers,
Okay.
and move this forward and kind of take the next step in partnering with you guys.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I appreciate it. I know you didn't have too much time today, but do you want to set up another meeting for later on, or do you want to get started this?
Sure. Let's how about you call me after this meeting,
Okay.
and we will definitely set something up. I need to talk to my other managers.
Okay, great. Well, then I'll definitely call you maybe tomorrow and set that up.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thanks, Kathryn.
I'll see you soon.